Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Goju Karate Center. Let's get started. Swinging arms forward, backwards. One forward, one back. Nice and easy. And change direction. Up and down. And across. One up, one down. Wrist, change, 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 hands, morning Barbara, and fingers, and wrist, and fingers, and thumbs, fingertips, and make fists. Alright, look sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop your sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look up, look down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch sideways. 1. Change to 3. And 4. Turn. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just get our joints getting a little bit looser. Can go a little bit faster. Elbows, keep those going. Hips. The other way. Back's a bit tight this morning. Whoa, balance. Just rotate the leg. Some extensions. Just go into the knee. Good. And some extensions. The legs are a little bit tight. So, yeah, you know that day when you wake up and you're like, I really don't want to train, it's today. So you've got to make the most of it. That's where things like having a training partner or a commitment to be at training kind of helps. In my case, it's being online. So in doing that, you're like forcing yourself to do the training on days where you feel like, it was a really busy weekend. I don't know if anybody else has those. I do. Every now and then you have busy weekends and you just don't get around to resting. So we're in it for the long term, so we've got to train. So this morning, I know that there is been a lot of like, hey, can you do some karate kind of sequences? We're going to do it, but try and build a little bit in. So we'll try and superset a little bit of stuff in between. Okay. As always, I like to start with Sanchin and Tensho because those are our base, those are the foundation of typical Okinawan style Goju karate, and in a very great Kata heavy system. I'm going for testing in a Kata heavy system. I'm not going to go and do Kumite testing. That would be a different ballgame. We'll be training totally different. Alright, so hey, nice. Sanchin. I like to do 3 because that really gets me going. Sanchin. One more. Alright, slowly getting a little bit warm. Quickly going to look at the comments. Good morning, Oliver. How to do push-ups easy? Interstellar. Alright. Thank you, Martin. I am feeling a lot better than I was a couple of weeks ago. I was very sinusy. So I work as a chimney sweep, and I wear a very, very big respirator when I work now. When I was younger, I used to just wear a paper mask. Sometimes I wouldn't even use it, and my mother would freak out. My father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather all had lung complications. They were all chimney sweeps as well. It's a family business. It was never my intention to be a chimney sweep. It just happened. I inherited a 100-year-old business. So this is how these things go. But yeah, now I'm trying to take care of my lungs a lot more. I'm using a very, very big, it's called an ABEC filter system, which allows me to work with pretty much anything. And it does make a big difference. So yeah, push-ups. I hate push-ups. You lay on your stomach, hold your arms in, lift yourself up, lay down, up, down. That's how most people start. Now if you have very, very weak muscles, you're maybe a child, you don't have core strength, then you reduce the length of the lever. Alright, so you lift the feet up and you do push-ups like this. Lay down, lift up. Lay down, lift up. So that's how you get into push-ups. And any variation of push-up thereafter, you can work off of that. So whether you want to do sideways push-ups, whether you want to do hand to elbow, wide push-ups, narrow push-ups, you work from that position. My students hate it when we do a push-ups class because, and then go from there. How do you do a roundhouse kick? I have a whole video on how to do roundhouse kick or to work it. General idea on a roundhouse kick is that most of the time you're going to pivot your supporting leg. That's the hardest part of the kick, especially in a karate sense. I know the guys who do Muay Thai maybe don't rotate as much. They don't place as much emphasis on it because their kick can also have this 45-degree trajectory. A roundhouse kick for a karate person tends to want to have a horizontal trajectory, and depending on whether you do full contact or semi-contact, is going to have a different kind of mechanical process in how you put the foot out. A lot of the kids who do little ones who do tournament, learn to place their foot on the target. I have a problem with this. I don't think they're actually kicking, therefore it is no score, but I see a lot of this when I was still involved in sport karate. It's one of the downsides of sport karate. But if you want to do proper roundhouse kicks, the best thing to train on is the bag and just go lift your leg and kick. So, like I said, we're going to try and superset some karate in between some of the PT type training. Let me use the glasses. Alright, so just normal punching and foundation training is super important. I place a lot of emphasis on the Kihon. Kihon has no function for a lot of people in terms of fighting. So I am not teaching people how to fight on the street. We have the police to deal with problems on the street. You don't have to go deal with those. But if you are learning martial art, you will have some kind of foundation on every technique, and everything outside changes according to the situation. So 1, 2, we just rotate 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. So this fixed and stop. This is important for kata. It's not important for kumite. In kumite, punches come back, and immediately change to something else. Alright? From there, we're going to put our hands up. We're just going to punch and back. So we effectively jab it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Shake up those hands. First toy to play with today. Little kettlebells. We do the Ishi sashi drill. We're going to do it statically. So, 3, 4, 5. You want to breathe. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're going to do the opening 3 movements that occur in a whole bunch of kata with a faster kind of feel than when you do it in sashi. So we're going to go 1, slow, fast, fast. 2, 3. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. And again. 1, 2, 3. We're going to change it for the next 3. We're going to do it with the hands open, hands. I don't want this. I do it like this. Alright, elbow in, hands slightly out, focus on the back of the thumb at the end point. So 1, 2, 3. A little bit more relaxed on this one. It's a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. Alright, check out those hands. Back to the weight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Alright, so Sanchin and Tensho are not the only 2 katas that have this double-handed blocking position. We also have it in Sansaru, Seisan, Supperumpi, closed hands. And then Seastortion with open hands in the Goju system. So, 1, 2, 3, and then that, all that, all that. We tend to do double on the left hand. So it is double on the punching on the left hand. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's do distortion. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Put some effort into it. Two more times. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. And arms to shake out. There's definitely a difference between the very slow kind of static movements that you find being done in a lot of the workouts that I've been doing with the Ishi sashi and far more dynamic type of motion that you want in your kata. And that makes a big difference. If you're doing kumite, it needs to be even more dynamic. Okay, so just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, now from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, it's more dynamic here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, not just the way the kata is, but both sides. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll notice I've got a little up-down movement. 5, 6. Simulation would be slightly higher, slightly lower. 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. We're in 10 more. This time is going to be double blocks and you stay high, stay down. So stay down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2. Start with this hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and shake out your arms. What I'm hoping is to show the link to the Ishi sashi to the kata, and from there you can go to the bunkai and kumite and yon. Alright. Hopefully starting to get your heart rate up a little bit. Alright. Sorry, I'm sweating, I'm being a fool. Good morning, Carlos. Hope you guys are, well, it's late in the evening for you, I would assume. Alright, early in the morning here, you guys are, what, about 7 or 8 hours after us on the time scale. Hope you have had a good weekend. Okay, next exercise. Taking your Ishi sashi or your kettlebells, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't worry about the leg movement yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on which way you do it. 7. Keep the elbow in. 8, 9, 10. Alright, this movement occurs a couple of times and a couple of variations. Alright, number 1, let me move a little bit this way. Alright, I'm just trying to stay in shot. You really want to try and cover your distance. Got a bigger range of motion here. There we go. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 5, 6, okay, big, let's do 4 more, 7, should have looked forward there, 8, 9, 10, okay, and Seisan and Super Lumpe. Block, block, grab. Block, block, gouge. Whatever your bunkai is. You're training part of that kata now. Can be very big, can be smaller depending on your school. Do what your sensei says. And let's take the idea from you. You change according to what your sensei says. Alright. Next one tends to get the heart rate up because it can be done very fast or it can be done very slow. When it's done slow, not so heavy on the heart. A lot of Goju schools teach it fast to children. Alright, juniors have to do it fast. Unless you're in a Japanese-based school. Japanese Goju schools place this kata very high up, maybe 4th or 5th dan. So 1, 2, 3. So up, together, up, together, 4, try to get them together, 5, together, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Alright, so we can do forward and back. 1, just to learn which leg, which hand. 2, up, ready, together, up, together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Forearms should be burning. You're bending that wrist, keeping your wrist bent all the time. Forearms going to burn. The section from the kata. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you start with the step across. 2, 3, 4. That's the way I'm meant to do it. So, step, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Higher grades generally slower. Junior grades fast, fast, fast. Focus on the end point. Kime. So explosive. Get into the end of the movement. Focus. So I think there's a natural overlap of the focus on chinkuchi, which is explosive movement, and that tightening at the end, which is your kime. One is a lot more important in one culture, so the Okinawan culture of karate, chinkuchi is everything, and in the Japanese culture, kime tends to be the main focus. Our best way of explaining it is you need a little bit of both. You need to have that explosiveness without loss of control of the technique, and you need to have that focus at the end of the technique so that the kata looks good. Remember, if you're preparing for any kind of kata specific type training, this is what you're going to need to do. Maybe you step first and then hands. This is a little bit easier as you're learning the kata and as you are training the kata. Okay, this movement does occur in a few other places. In Seisan and in Tsukurumpe, you find this movement as well. And it's the link between a turn and this movement that we just did earlier. Alright, so got the turn there, done that, done that. Alright, so I've done a whole bunch of those exercises with the Ishi sashi. I think let's get on to the other staple of Okinawan martial art, that would be your Chishi. And so, most people go, try, mind your back, lean, and down. So this is like a stretch, and then down. But you have to be aware of what your back's doing. So, a little stretch, and down. Stretch, down. Stretch, down, stretch, down. Right, gonna do the same exercise, but be careful you don't fall over wherever you are. Barbara, don't fall over. You're gonna struggle with this. Alright, gonna do it with our feet together. So, 1 and 2, stabilize. 1, stabilize. Stabilize. Right, falling forward. 6, 7, 8, 9. Focus. Back. 10. Kururumpa. You've done 2, you've done this, you're ready to go. And all you're going to do is drop and drop. You don't want to bounce. Try and drop. You've done your hands, drop. Done your hands, drop. Done your hands, drop. Done your hands, drop. Down your hands, drop. My hands want to do this, so used to holding the Chishi, and now they're doing this. Try to keep them on top of one another at least, or wrists on top of one another. Depends what your school does. Oh, there's that bounce I was talking about. I didn't want. Better. 1. Cool. So now we're starting to do segments of the kata and attach it to a weight. Resistance training is important, but more importantly, it's better when your resistance training can tangibly tie to something that you're doing that you can see. A lot of people don't understand why you have to do weight training to get better at karate. Surely you must just do karate. But what you should be doing is going, how does that movement in the weight training the resistance training, affect my karate. I spent a chunk of time with another organization where the only fitness you did, the only training you did karate for karate. Period. Done, dusted. There was a total downplaying of the idea of Ishi, sashi, and Kongo Ken and Chishi. I remember being quite amused watching some of the students from other dojos in other countries going to a traditional dojo, a classical dojo, and looking at the equipment, sitting there and taking photos with it, and then suddenly one of the Okinawans said, come, we'll show you how to train with it. And not that the guys were weak, or weren't strong, or hadn't seen it somewhere before, or maybe tried it, but you got the sense, honestly, they were a little bit out of their depth. And, you know, the secret to why Okinawan sensei and Okinawan karate practitioners tend to have this immense power, this explosiveness, and then this insane power, is the fact that they all do Goju all the time. It's part of their everyday routine. And they understand the link from that to karate. All right. What's this? Wing mindset. What do you think about Bullshido? The Bullshido channel is fantastic. It calls out a lot of people who are doing weird stuff that can't explain it. All right. I do traditional classical Okinawan karate. I'm doing classical karate. I'm not trying to sell that. I'm teaching self-defense or the ultimate only way of dealing with the problem. We're in a culture of karate in our dojo, and the culture is also a family culture. We're trying to promote family growth and family development, like the growth in individuals, just not family growth like a million kids. We're trying to promote that families grow stronger. So when children train with their parents, they're actually doing something with their parents. Most people don't get this. In a day and age where everybody's on a phone, on a tablet, and kids are doing this and they don't do any interaction with their parents, that's a gradual disintegration of family structure. And eventually family structure, social structure will collapse. This is not a good idea. We've got to have something for people to do collectively that can enjoy. We do karate, and we use karate as a method to get that right. If that doesn't sit well with people who are training for the street, training for the next big fight, that's cool. You don't have to watch my channel. It's that simple. If you don't like it, go watch something else. Go watch guys training who are training for their next big fight. I have no problems with that. I have no things about that. I did my fighting, by the way. I did fighting. And it was semi-contact. It wasn't the full contact stuff. But it's still, I did some kind of fighting. I understand the concept. I never had to fight on the street. I'm lucky. South Africa, you fight on the street, you die. Just to put it out there. In the 1990s, a whole bunch of people tried to fight on the street. They all got dead because they were stealing their cars with guns. Nobody can stop bullets. Lots of people died. Just so that people understand, in the world I live in, we've learned to step back and to just give up this stuff. Because otherwise people die. So, that is it. I see Barbara says it's nearly time. Oh yeah, nearly 6 o'clock. Okay. Alright, I wanted to do more stuff, but hey, look, I'm just gonna swing myself around. Brought out a whole bunch of equipment, wondering how I was gonna do this morning's little bit of training. So that's it. Wherever you are in the world, have an awesome day. We'll carry on with training on Wednesday morning. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much for joining me. Have an awesome one. And yeah, we'll see you on the next training. Cheers.